What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I am coming at you with the deck that just got me to Mythic. I played one more match and then I hit record. I just hit Mythic like less than 5 minutes ago, and I'm in the top 1,000. And I thought, you know, obviously, as one does, I'm gonna show you the deck that I got there with. So I think that's enough blabbing. Without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Simply called Boros Soldiers. I'm kidding, it's Soldier's Call, but it's pretty much my Boros Soldiers deck from last season, and I've replaced a little bit of the removal with a full playset of Warleader's Call. In my top 3 new cards, you know, favorite cards from the new set. Everybody else is playing this in like the Convoke deck. I didn't want to make a video that's exactly the same as that. So in here, we're still focusing mostly on the like really strong core, like essentially white soldiers splashing red for Baird and Anim Pakal. So Warleader's Call isn't the win con. It's just incidental, additional little bits of damage, which helps us across the finish line. And a lot of the cards in the deck synergize quite nicely with it, without really going all in on the Warleader's Call plan. So Baird, as you know, if your creatures have been increased their base power, then it gets a trigger at the beginning of your end step where you make a little soldier. So just by having Warleader's Call and Baird in play, immediately the Warleader's Call gives a +1/+1 buff, and then Baird triggers. The same can be said of Valiant Veteran. So that's essentially 8 Anthem effects in the deck. And then it does not end there. Whenever a soldier dies, the Siege Veteran makes a little soldier token as well, which will again trigger the Warleader's Call. But the real spicy one is, of course, Anim Pakal, because if you set up the board state correctly, which I hope to do at least a couple of times during tonight's gameplay footage, where you have a roaming throne in play, my favorite card from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and, you know, let's say Siege Veteran and an Anim Pakal, and the Warleader's Call, of course. You know, a bit of setup, but it's not impossible. I've done it a lot. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in Mythic so soon. You would get the double triggers at the beginning of combat from Siege Veteran, put everything on Anim Pakal, then you swing with Anim Pakal, you get the double triggers again. I've made like 20 tokens in one go, and that just, they all enter the battlefield as 2/2s, sometimes 3/3s if you have multiple copies of Warleader's Call, and they all boom, 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 go dome the opponent. And then, you know, that just wins games, honestly. Of course, we've got the doubling up of Brutal Cathar's enter the battlefield trigger with the roaming throne. The mana base is pretty sweet for, you know, it's the least nice 2-color mana base at the moment in like an aggressive thing, because we don't have any of the fast lands or whatnot. But with the Cavern and the Secluded Courtyards in a very creature heavy deck, 32 creatures total, it's been just fine. Yeah, I think that's enough. I don't feel the need to really delve into too much more detail. It's the old Boros Soldiers list, and we swapped out. I think I had some ossifications and some surges of salvations for Warleader's Call. Let's see how it runs. These are the type of decks when you see all 4 obs like this, it's because I just threw it together and I was then going to test it and then do some edits before recording, but then I just went zoop, skyrocketing into Mythic. So I was like, who am I to ruin the feng shui of the brew? Just leave it as it is. It's obviously working, but you could definitely, you know, there's definitely an argument for maybe cutting like one of each of these, makes another 3 slots. You could put in something else, but I'll leave that up to you guys in the comments to let me know what you think we could have played instead of those cards. But most importantly, just nice to have a Boros deck that plays Warleader's Call that isn't the Convoke version that everybody else is playing. Which, in that deck, honestly, it feels weak AF. Like, I don't know. it just feels like it doesn't do enough when it enters the battlefield in that Convoke deck. Yes, you get the little buff effect, you know, the little Anthem effect, but wow, I've already sunk 82 numbers. That was so quick. All right, we need a red source for the call, but otherwise we're looking pretty good. Because of course we can play Pakal off the Cavern. Got a oh god. Of course we block. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay. Red source off the top or not, but that would be ideal. Ooh. 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 Isn't that a spicy meatball? Can't swing into that. I don't want to lose my Baird now, but we do have Brutal Cathar, and it all just depends on whether we find a red source or not. Then we'll play either this or that. But our Eiganjo costs 1 mana now because these are both legendaries, which is also pretty nice. Opponents doing some jank, like Woza. How would you play that in that order? Makes ooh, okay. Okay. So now we're gonna actually get a swing in with the Baird. Actually, I'm gonna swing with both. Stuff it. We still have the 1 mana open for a Eiganjo if he goes for the crackback. And now we're making chump blockers. He'll probably, if he's got lightning strikes and things, he'll use them. Oof. Oof. Ooh, that hurts. Okay, but we can block with the soldier. And then Anim can actually swing now because Lana. Oh well, no, they can all swing, can't they? But doink. And we got the backup. We got the backup. Should we want it? And you know, should he find a way to remove down to 2, down to 1. I love this brew. I'm sorry, like, this is really my kind of magic. Like, everybody has their little niche where they play a little bit better or worse. We're not all like Jean-Emmanuel Deprat or like, you know, Yuta Takahashi. Also, by the way, where the hell is PVDDR gone? Paulo Vitor Damodarossa. I think he's taking, like, he stopped uploading stuff to his channel. He hardly posts anything on Twitter. Haven't seen him at any big event for the last, like, 2 World Cups or any of the Pro Tour events and stuff. So I have a feeling he stopped playing, which is a shame because I really liked the way he played and his decks. Ooh. Top 200, Mr. Will with a Boros avatar. Let's see if it is, in fact, a Boros Convoke Mage. We're on the play. I'll win. Okay. You're being very cheeky there, my friend. Cut down. Woo! Cut down. I gotta cut down. Blech. Boring. But that's fine. Totally expected and normal sort of. Oh. Well, we've got the Cavern, so sorry. Good luck blocking that, mate. Jesus. So boring. I mean, not blocking. What I meant to say was countering, but same thing, really. This is the kind of stuff that drives me insane. When people have opening hands with, like, 4 or 5 removal spells in it. Like, just come on, man. Grow a pair and play some, like, decent magic. No, I'm gonna just slam a bajillion freaking... And now it's gonna be Wandering Emperor. No? Wow. Miracles do happen. So Esper Control rearing its ugly head once more. This card is very good. Still don't think I'd play it over, you know, other things like it, but... Now the Wandering Emperor. You ready? Alright. Okay, so we have to give him... for God's sakes. Nah, I don't want to play this match. Like, I will for the content, but this is the type of thing that I usually would just concede immediately. So, choose the pile to put into the opponent's hand. So, yes, the damn 4/4, but then we can just follow up with Brutal Cathar. Baird. We need a red source for the balls here, but so boring, man. Control is well and truly back, like back. We are completely screwed, people. My prediction is this format is going to be one of mostly just... Yeah, you know, we all knew that was coming. Didn't we? I think we just lose. If I have to play another game against Wandering Emperor, I might just vomit. Like, and like it's this Kamigawa set, mate. Kumano faces Kakazan. Basically the entire Selesnya Enchantments deck that people are still... It's the second most popular deck on the freaking ladder as far as Untapped is concerned. Like, how long ago did Kamigawa Neon Dynasty came out? To me, it feels like 10 years ago, mate. Like, just what the hell was Wizards smoking when they decided to, like, go to a 3-year rotation? I really just... I will never swallow that pill, mate. The dumbest idea that they've ever had, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to how I enjoy engaging with this game. Like, you people actually, like, changed to a 3-year rotation? Are you out of your minds? Like, you've gone and just destroyed a format. The way we are forced to evaluate cards in Standard, which is supposed to be the one format that stays fresh and interesting, has become the same way people are forced to evaluate cards in Eternal formats. Like, out of an entire set, maybe like 2 cards actually affect Modern. Maybe. Usually it's like 1 or 2, an Explorer and all of that, because the power level is such that the new cards needs to be so ridiculously strong. I don't know, mate. Like, oh, there was the red source we needed for that. I was expecting something to be flashed in there. Oh, no. Is this Domain that just didn't get a freaking... Is he using this to... Yeah, it's Domain. Oh, my dear gosh. Oh, dear. Also, I could, you know, maybe just stop bricking for 1 second. It would be quite nice. At least we can draw with the Officer. Siege Veteran is the better option. This is a Sunfall deck, so we might as well just concede. It's just going to be Sunfall next turn. I don't even know why I bother. Sunfall is the dumbest freaking idea that anyone has ever had at WotC. IMO. But okay, it's worth a try. I mean... Either he has it or he doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't. Baird is a good top deck. Sunfall. I concede. I will immediately concede and go to the next match. And again, going back to this whole 3-year rotation thing I just mentioned, we're going to have to be dealing with this nonsense for the next... How many years? Like, how long do I have to actually freaking have Sunfall in the format force? Ever? If he has it, we're dead, right? Straight away. Immediately just dead. It's like no way we can rebuild this board fast enough, then he'll start slapping freaking... Here we go again, everybody! Woohoo! Top Deck City! Right, 1, 2, 3. Sure, I'll keep that. Anyway, it's gonna be the damn Sunfall again. Like, if we remove his creatures, that incentivizes him to cast a Sunfall. Right? Mate. Fix your shuffler, Watsy. Fix your shuffler, mate. Can you imagine that he found 3 in a row, dude? Like, what the hell are the chances of that? 0? Or close to? Disgusting. What kind of an idiot are you? At least he's an idiot. I mean, there is that. Woo! Ooh! Oh, my poor heart. What was... Mate, you could have totally come back from that. You just needed to top deck a Sunfall, right? But I'll take the wins where I can get them. What the heck? After top decking like arguably 3 of the best cards in a row against my deck and like getting rid of all my Brutal Cathars, you just give up after seeing one like Warleader's call? Mate. A little bit more cojones, hey? Maybe stick around and see how it turns out. Ooh, number 63. This guy's probably playing mono red. I would not be surprised. Ooh, double throne. We need a 3-drop and then a 4th land. And then we're like cooking with gas. Okay. Dimir, it's gonna be the bat now. You ready? Batty. Immediately the batty. Every time. Okay. Okay, we found the 4th land. Okay, let's control. What a disaster, mate. We're gonna lose this one, probably. There's that new sweeper. He could play it right now. Okay, he goes for the card draw. Oh, it's actually Esper. So this is Wandering Emperor once again. How dull. Yes. Let's play out the Roaming Throne and see if there's a counterspell. Okay, that's cool. And then I guess let's see if there is a Wandering Emperor. No Emperor. Maybe there was one, he just wanted to draw some cards and he's, you know, oh, he's just setting me up for a Sunfall because there's white in the deck. You ready? Why? Why wizards? Like, what crack were you smoking, mate, when you came up with that idea? I really wish you could just let me know what kind of crack you were smoking. Honestly, bro, like, this is just the stupidest thing I've ever seen. An exile sweeper with upside. Like, you people are just on crack, mate. There's no freaking way that... And what? To make standard viable format? Something? Like, okay. Double triggers. Anyway, there'll be another Sunfall, so, you know. Oh, I thought he would go for the triple block. You know, all on the throne. But I guess it is Sunfall again. Or maybe he's got another lockdown. Just fuck off, mate. Honestly. If you play Sunfall, you don't have my respect. I don't want to play against you. I'd rather just concede and move on to the next match. It's really just like it's farewell but worse, mate, because it's 1 mana less and there's way more upside. How can they print that card, dude? And it's not even like September, it's gone. This is gonna be like another 4 years of Sunfall or something. Like, if you think about it, right? This September there's rotation. And then the next one is 3 years after that. And Sunfall is from one of the most recent sets. So we're just gonna have to live with Sunfall for freaking ever, basically. Like, oh my god. And it just patches up all of the shoddy deck building that you've got in your deck. Because, like, oh, I don't need to make any decent, cool brews. I just play Sunfall and then everything is sweet. Gross. Okay, this is a more fair matchup. It'll be the humans or Convoke. Jabroni. Are you a jabroni or are you like a jabroni? Are you jabroning? What's jabroni again? Isn't it like that kind of like New York Italian gangster? Your brewmaster is busy googling jabroni. A foolish or contemptible person. Okay, makes sense. So he had a lightning strike, which means it's probably Boros Burn. We find a 1-drop, we go Baird 1-drop. If we don't, then we just play Anim, Pakal, and swing. Jabroni, you're very, very slow, mate. Let's give you the yawny face lady. Reminds me of Biden. President Biden is like, wow, I mean, I'm not American, but that guy just seems like a doddering freaking, like, wow. Can hardly talk. And that guy has access to the nuclear codes. What are you people doing in that country? No offense, man. But, like, the guys are freaking, like, brain dead. Okay. Play with Fire is the card that is most consistently a 3 of in the top 10 cards of a library that I've ever experienced while playing this game. I have a feeling it's going to be that adventure guy with the 2 sides. The Heart Flame Duelist. 3 damage, any target. For 3 mana. Instant speed. What a card. Okay, now goes for the call. Okay, so we both, you know, call decks. So now we can go for our Anim, and then we found a throne, which is just double triggers, life is good. And then if we find a 5th land, we can also do the Valiant Veterans thing. The only thing I was thinking of maybe changing is going, because I was experimenting a lot with this in the last season. Those of you who follow me closely will remember, well, not the last season because I was on holiday, but you know what I mean, like the first month of LCI, where the alternatives are between playing Valiant Veteran and going full soldiers, or switching to, and you go more humans, and then you can play Coppercoat Vanguard instead. And what I like about that idea is that you'd get that double ward off of the... Ooh, he doesn't get to swing, and I do. Soldier. Boink. Double triggers. Good game. Bag of rats, mate. I don't think you're coming back from this one. Nice play with fires. One attack step. Like 5 of these. 2 counters. Roaming Throne and an Pakal together is just like that. When I think of Lost Caverns of Ixalan, like that's what appears in my brain. Unbidden. Mate, stop being a jabroni and just jabroni, mate. What you gonna do? Block a gnome and take 9? Go down to... What's that? 2? No. 4? 4? Jeez. Guys, the jet lag is real. Flying this way is not easy. Now what we really want off the top is one Warleader's Call, just to really make me happy. Man, that is not the card you want to play. I mean, again, talking about the alternative option where we go maybe humans and don't run the Valiant Veteran. Like then I might go like 3 Adelines, 3 Anim Pakal, 3 of the Warleaders thingy maboggy. Okay, so he's also going for it. But yeah. You can take I'll take that 4. Let me do my thing! Oh, we're about to go crazy! So, you know, in case you skipped ahead and don't watch the deck text at the beginning, or the brew text as I like to call them, the whole point of this brew is just to slam one of these once you have this combination in play. It's enough to just have Roaming Throne and Pakal. Opponent taps out, swings at you, whatever. You untap, play a Warleader's Call and swing. And then this like just double triggers. And you've already, you know, by the time you can set that up, just because of mana costs and curves and things, it would be around turn 4-5 like it is now. And then, so by then your Anim Pakal has already gotten to attack at least once. So then it's just like, this would have made, this would have gone to a 5. So the first trigger on the stack with the Roaming Throne would have gone to, you know, because you make X tokens where X is the number of +1/+1 counters. So we would have made 4 plus 5. We would have made 9 extra tokens. So then, you know, oh my god, that would have been so fun. Mr. Jabroni was not having any of it. Didn't want to stick around for the combo finish, unfortunately, for the content. I wish there was like an emote or a button that I could press that says like, please don't concede, I'm recording a video for my YouTube channel, and it would be really cool for my viewers if we could see the combo pop off. You know, it's somehow abbreviated in like a cool little sticker or something. That would really be helpful, honestly, Wizards. Like, considering how many other content creators are running on the ladder, like... But anyway, guys, I think we've arrived at like around the 30 odd minute mark, and I don't feel the need to do that all again. We saw the thing happen more than once in a game. We lost to Sunfall. Woo! Like every creature deck that can't close the game by turn 4. And unfortunately, the control decks play, you know, the pure control ones, because the main decks that play Sunfall is like, you know, Azorius or Slash Esper Control will play Sunfall. And then the domain deck plays 4 copies of Sunfall as well. And both of them can cast it on turn 4 because of either the ramp in the domain deck or things like the Celestis in the control decks. And then you're just... How am I supposed to rebuild my board? And then there was that match, we got close, and then, oh, and then they just hit you with a second one. It's like those matches I post on Twitter, you see like the opponent's graveyard, and it's like, depopulate, into a second depopulate, into a Sunfall, into a Farewell. And they played it in that order, like each turn, and you like manage to make a little few out of a couple of 1-drops, whatever. You're like, okay, that's one sweeper, and then they just play another one. It's like, bro, what did somebody do to you that you need to be such an asshole? But anyway, that's the brew. Like I said at the beginning, some tiny edits could totally be made, and you know, I'm starting to think I may want to play a little bit more best of 3. I'm going to put up a poll on the channel, because that is, I play a lot of it in my own time, and it's definitely proper Magic, you know, because sideboards make such a difference. Like if this was a best of 3 list, then you would have all of these 4-obs here, but then have a nice juicy sideboard, and then you can, you know, cut and, you know, trim one of these, put in some of those, and have some answers to some of the problems in the meta, and it would honestly make this a lot better in my opinion. But again, I'll make a poll on the community tab, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you'd like to see me play more best of 3 than best of 1, I'm happy to make that changeover. And unfortunately, it'll mean that the videos will have to go to about an hour, because if you try and fit like at least 2 different matchups in one best of 3 video, and the games go long, and you know, you go all the way to the 3rd match with the opponent, then like it's inevitable that we'll go over the 45-minute mark that I usually like to keep my videos at. But I still think I wouldn't mind making that change. It wouldn't be too painful for me. So again, keep your eyes peeled for that little bit of poll on the channel. But that is it as far as gameplay footage. And now I just want to show you some statistics. Love me some statistics. Gotta go. Okay. And then we're gonna go. And then we're gonna go. Voila. So, where are we? 23 for 13. On the draw, 31%. Some matchups are terrible, like mono red somehow just like got me. Oh, and I just wanted to show you guys, like, you know, another symptom of this freaking meta. Current season, so just this month, I've played 50 matches against mono red, and I've lost 50, and I've won 50. And it's 23, so it's so close to being 25%. So it's 1 in 4. We saw in the most recent mono green video, like, But anyway, as far as the brew itself, we saw there, those are some good numbers. I'm very, very happy with that, and it's the kind of thing I'm happy to recommend to my subscribers. And not a huge investment required. You can just throw together some wild cards and get 4 Warleaders calls, and the rest of the cards are pretty old. So I'll make it visible as I always do. And of course, as you know, you can always find all the deck lists in the video description down below. The top link is always mtgsearch.it, which I am, you know, in collaboration with the person who coded it and created it. It is a phenomenal website that I just still cannot wrap my head around why more people are not using. I'm doing my best to plug it as often as I can. We mention it, of course, always in the Discord community, and I post about it on Twitter, and it hasn't caught much traction. But it's not just your like Ether Hub kind of run-of-the-mill, let's like upload my decks here type of a place. There's a lot more going on. There's you know, AI inbuilt into the website that helps you with mana bases using Frank Carsten's equations. There's you know, archetype. Please go have a look. It's the top link in my description. I highly recommend it as a good resource for anybody that enjoys playing Magic, be it on Arena or in paper. So that is it as far as advertising. The last thing I'm going to ask you guys is to please consider subscribing to the channel. Of course, liking the video always helps, and leaving comments boosts me on the algorithm. After the month holiday, I've noticed it's the video isn't getting pushed as much as it used to, and we need to start to get that back to where we were end of last year. So please consider sharing the video around to all your friends as well. And yeah, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I will be seeing you in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all. Woo!